Welcome back to the Dragon's Garden. This is Kirsten. As always, please like, subscribe, and do all of that other stuff because it really helps. But I thought I'd give everybody an update. I fell again. This is why I have these really wide paths that would otherwise be filled up with, something that isn't grass, although I do try to plant a bunch of clover. I did get some work done before I fell, despite the high heat. I expanded this bed. It had been, going in there and kind of wibbly-wobbly, and I made it a little bit more smooth-edged, so it'll be easier to mow around it. We also extended this out from here to here. Made that a little smoother, but there's still a lot of dirt to fill in. You can kind of see right out here where there's no dirt filled in, but there's dirt up there. Unfortunately, because of the high heat, a number of things that I planted did not survive. The stuff that I planted at the beginning of summer. And of course, not being able to come out and water extensively made a lot of problems. If you are going to plant in summer, you really need to be able to water fairly frequently and fairly heavily, because otherwise it just gets too hot. And running out and throwing what is essentially a very small amount of water on the garden before you drop of heat exhaustion does not really help. Anyway, so for those of you who are aware of this, my husband and I are both disabled. That's one of the reasons I keep falling. I finally got the VA approval. My husband's a civilian. I'm the veteran. Finally got the VA approval to put in a ramp. Now, there's not a lot of step on that porch to ground level, but there is some, and there's no handrails. So when I planned this garden, the reason I left this open right here all the way down to here and then left this open to here was because I thought it was very possible I'd need a ramp. We've been approved for a ramp. I'm kind of leery of doing any more work until I know what they're going to need to do. I don't want to finally get something growing in a location in the middle of this heat wave and then have them say, yeah, we got to put this ramp right over it. But I'll be very happy to have a ramp. It'll mean I can use my rollator, which is a walker with wheels and a seat. And when I need my wheelchair, I will be able to get my wheelchair right down. By the way, what you're looking at here is milkweed. These are all pollinators. This is all my pollinator garden. This is lavender. This is a brand new plant this year that's going to go up that side of the arch. And of course, this is one of my thornless blackberries. Goes up that side of the arch. The established plants are all doing fine. The problem being the ones I planted this spring that are not like herbs that grow very, very fast and put their roots down very fast. They just have been suffering so under the heat. As you can see, the native honeysuckle is taking off over the arch. I just actually need to get like a ladder and tie everything up and prune it. But given that I've been falling when I'm like down on the ground and hitting myself on these edgers, like on the ground, I'm not sure I want to get up on a ladder. We've got yarrow, 3 different kinds of thyme, oregano, lemon balm, chives, 3 different kinds of lavender. That kind of messy plant there is bee balm. Rosemary. That's bronze fennel, which is a perennial fennel. I hate fennel. I grow it purely for the caterpillars and the butterflies. Absolutely hate the stuff. But, you know, as far as pollinators and stuff like that go, hey. We've got some of the winter savory. There is a bushel and berry raspberry right there. I need to come out here and like do some pruning and weeding and things like that, but oh, the little guy here is a rather determined calendula that's trying to grow. And my rose arch, which is actually doing very well. And that is about it. So moving the edgers has hopefully made it a little easier to mow around here, but unfortunately, between the heat and then me falling, I wasn't really able to do much. So now it's kind of a mess. Still, it is at least a somewhat attractive mess with lots of flowers, and it will be less messy as we go. I'm really sad about this one. This is Carmine Jewel bush cherry that got put in just this year, and it was beaten up by the heat. Just beaten up. So I don't know if it'll make it. Apple trees are all doing well. Anyway, like, subscribe, the usual thing. And once I can come back and actually do some serious weeding and everything else, I'll tell you about the stuff that survived this summer. We did get a good number of berries. We also lost an awful lot of berries because I wasn't well enough to pick them, and my husband is terrible about going out and picking berries. He just, you know, he has almost more problems with the heat than I do. So we got some of the red currants. I'm having those on waffles a lot. The black currants, on the other hand, we got a very small number of those, and the catbirds got the rest of them. I'm not going to begrudge them. I love catbirds. Catbirds and mockingbirds got all of the rest of my black currants. But, hey, bird watching is our free entertainment, or at least low-cost entertainment. So I will talk to everybody later. Sorry for not updating very much, but I haven't been able to go outside. That is, by the way, right there, that poor little scraggly guy. That's our newest apple. That's Ashmead's kernel. And then I have to prune back this pollinator plant that is trying to overtake everything in the yard. I don't even remember what it is. It's probably some kind of a milkweed or something for monarchs or whatever. But anyway, I will prune it back. It will be fine. And the bee balm's doing fine. Everything's generally doing fine that I didn't plant this spring. But that's it. Talk to y'all later.